Itu saya nak itu next time yang angkat satu tong air. Jangan buat macam itu sebab saya buat tong air. Kain, lap, bukan macam itu. Sebab tempat-tempat ini yang saya tengok tu takut lah. Sebab dia nak lepas tu apa kena kaskan. Jadi saya tempat.
直接放里，直接摆吗？直接摆。
这个放在这里，这个放在这个地方，差不多了。你这也铺吗？
没有，看不到。
这个。这个转过来。这个样，这个放在这里，差不多了。你这也铺吗？
没有，看不到。
大了，这个可以，这个转过来，这样，这个放在。
没有，30万，放好几点。 他这里有不少我偷到要踩他上来了啊，他这里有给他直接的错了，快闪。
有啊，我们会做个2方式。
而且呢，他现在要我给。
现在我们现在多少？弄花了这个东西。 Ini tak cukup cik. Ini tak muat.
Ini tong kecil tu mau pakai air.
Tolong mak bukan tengok ni. Ini. Kita tak boleh buat macam tu. Kena satu kali buat baik-baik kan. Jangan saya cek itu barang. Buat kain tu tak ada air macam nolak.
你们给多少钱我
？7 user 2000块，没有问题。2097都是两个价钱。
7就是8450。然后 last week they will give me over the full price about RM8K for 8 unit. You can do what set.
8K 有没？谁来的？这个是。
这个。 Ya, gaya what's up? Hah? Apa tu? Runner Oh, sekejap Aku ada sekejap Okay. 你这样是送货吗？那个奥威啊？没有，我没有这样。
喂，你帮我送个货可以吗？送一个货。现在顾客在那个达达拉马迪卡那边，达达拉马迪卡， 那个 Samsung 的 T5 hard disk 1个 TB， 很靠近靠近那个 mall 那边，你知道吗？那个大概的这个你知道吗？啊，我给他把你扣他，叫幸福店给你交回他的，啊，在学校附近的，给我钱的啊，对。
Now we have to, if you have higher, it's
Hi everyone, today in this changelog video we're going to look at vMix. There are updates, major updates between version of NDI, which we've also added support for Xkey, be good for instant replay and the Detroit, and also a couple of something pretty cool for vMix 17.0 Instagram. And so now I can show you here. As you can see, the icon, log into Instagram, and then you can choose what feed type you want. So you can have Twitter and Facebook, and you can select it, add it to the queue, same way, and then head back over to vMix, and then we can overlay it. So there you go. That's our new vMix 17.0. You can check out our mix.
Hello? Ah.
What up, my geeks? Jeffrey Power Live. We're doing Geekazine. We do Geekazine Live over on twitch.tv and youtube.com/Geekazine. Through the Geekazine Live, there's this USB thumb drive. And, of course, just that. And then, of course, file. You go to the output.
I'm creating my Wix site. You think you already have a stunning website? That's cool. You're welcome to skip or create.
If we can do this, we go to the canvas size, and we choose custom. And from here, I'm doing a 720 by 1280. This is called 9 by 16. Whereas, landscape mode is 16 by 9, since this is portrait mode, 9 by 16. So, with that, I set that to 720 by 1280, and we work from there. Now, the cool thing is, it works really easy. We're on Geekazine Live right now, and they're seeing it as, let's see if I can pull that up here. Here's my channel. Let's just make sure it's muted. There we go. So I'm playing, and there it is right there. So you're seeing this as you see the bottom stripe going, and then of course my 9 by 16 mode, of course, I just changed over. So the whole point is that I can easily switch back and forth and do some graphics like this one, which doesn't seem to be working. I think I have to. Sometimes you have to save and then go on and come back in for those work. Oh, there it goes. So you can go to geekazine.com/merch to get a t-shirt, or patreon.com/geekazine for the Patreon channel, and paypal.me for output. Go to the canvas size, and we choose custom. And from here, I'm doing a 720 by 1280. This is called 9 by 16. Whereas, landscape mode is 16 by 9, since this is portrait mode, 9 by 16. So, with that, I set that to 720 by 1280, and work from there. Now, the cool thing is, it works really easy. We're on Geekazine Live right now, and they're seeing it as, let's see if I can pull that up here. Here's my channel. Let's just make sure it's muted. There we go. So I'm playing, and there it is right there. So you're seeing this as you see the bottom stripe going, and then of course my 9 by 16 mode, and of course it just changed over. So the whole point is that I can easily switch back and forth and do some graphics, like just retool this one, which doesn't seem to be working. I think I have to. Sometimes you have to save and then go out and come back in for things to work. Oh, there it goes. So you can go to geekazine.com/merch to get a t-shirt, or patreon.com/geekazine for the Patreon channel, and paypal.me/Jeff Powers for a one-time tip. So, and this is all done on Wirecast, and you can get a Wirecast, I think, geekazine.com/Wirecast. Got to work on that graphic. But as you can see, it works pretty well, and with some quick tooling. One of the things I noticed, I'll go back to the screen here, you see in Wirecast it sets up the scenes. These are called master layers,
and we have 5 master layers. You're only seeing 3 right now. But with these master layers, they're usually in the screen resolution that you have it. So if it's set to square resolution, you see that, or 16 by 9, in this case 9 by 16. So the scenes, this second row, you'll see it's a little bit small to see things. So I had to expand it just a little bit so I can see it. But works pretty well. And went from there. So I hope that you can use that for your video production for Instagram TV. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me over at Geekazine, Think Magazine Putting the Geek. Of course, go over to facebook.com/Geekazine. If you're watching it from there, because apparently when you can upload to Instagram, you can also push it over to your Facebook channel. So facebook.com/Geekazine, youtube.com/Geekazine, twitch.tv/Geekazine. You get the idea. So thanks a lot for watching. My name is Jeffrey Powers. You guys geek out until next time, and take care.
Hey, I'm John Barker, and welcome to another episode of Here to Record's Show and Tell. This is the show all about the gear that you're going to need for live streaming and events and all that good stuff. But today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to show you how to get 3 cameras into your Mac with a whole bunch of gear. I've got it all sitting on the table here. And yeah, we're going to see how it all works together and how do you switch a multi-cam show on your Mac through Wirecast. Now you can use some different equipment. Other side into the computer. And finally, I'm going to plug in the GoPro into the HDMI port on the Intensity Shuttle. I can find out what way it goes around. Yeah, there we go. So GoPro plugged in to the HDMI cable. I'll just turn it on. Yeah, and then I'll plug it into the HDMI in on the Intensity Shuttle, and you should see that there. There we go. Okay, so now, where are we? All 3 cameras are connected to the computer via different devices. The GoPro is coming in via the Intensity Shuttle, and then 2 main cameras are coming in through the mini recorders. Now, if we just pop over to the computer screen here, I'm just going to make sure everything's set up properly. So in the desktop video utility, this is where you set up the settings for each of these devices. So there you can see the Intensity Shuttle, and I can see that the video input is HDMI. That's working fine. Mini recorder, I can see here the video input is actually SDI, so I'll just change that to HDMI because I've plugged it in via HDMI. And the third one is already set up for HDMI. So I can close out of that. Something I always like to do is just double check that everything is working within Blackmagic's Media Express. It's a really good way to see if all your connections are coming in properly. Now, I've just made a slight tweak there, and I've changed my overhead camera to be the Intensity Shuttle, so you can see that now. So my overhead camera is plugged in here, the Intensity Shuttle, and if I look at one of the mini recorders, it takes a few seconds, but there's the GoPro. Hello, GoPro. And the final mini recorder is this main camera. So that's a good way just to make sure they're all coming in properly. And I'll just close that out and open up a Wirecast production that I had already made just to make sure this all works, okay? A few seconds, but there's the GoPro. Hello, GoPro. And the final mini recorder is this main camera. So that's a good way just to make sure they're all coming in properly. And I'll just close that out. Input is actually SDI, so I'll just change that to HDMI because I've plugged it in via HDMI. And the third one is already set up for HDMI. So I can close out of that. Something I always like to do is just double check that everything is working within Blackmagic's Media Express. It's a really good way to see if all your connections are coming in properly. I just made a slight tweak there, and I've changed my overhead camera to be the Intensity Shuttle, so you can see that now. So my overhead camera is plugged in here, Intensity Shuttle, and if I look at one of the mini recorders, it takes a few seconds, but there's the GoPro, hello GoPro, and the final mini recorder is this main camera. So that's a good way just to make sure they're all coming in properly. And I'll just close that out and open up a Wirecast production that I had already made just to make sure this all works okay. So here we go. It's telling me that it doesn't find my Intensity Shuttle, but I'll just delete that. Jump into my source settings. And over here I can see that I have my 3 devices within the capture card settings, but the capture card area. Intensity Shuttle is obviously the Intensity Shuttle. That is my overhead camera. The mini recorder is one of the 2 mini recorders. That one's connected to the main camera. And then XA10, I have just renamed one of the mini recorders before, but this is also called mini recorder, which is put into the GoPro. I think I can rename that here. Yeah, I can. Let me just type that back to mini recorder. GoPro. It's a good idea to name these, but the only thing is that you'll need to plug it into the same one every time you use it. That's why this time it said XA10 instead of saying GoPro. So now I have my 3 devices. I have my Intensity Shuttle, my 2 mini recorders. I'll just click apply on that and close out my source settings. And then in here I can just add 3 shots. So there's my main camera, my overhead camera, and finally my GoPro. And really quickly I can just switch between the 3, send 1 to live, another 1 to live, and the third 1 to live. And there you can see that they're all working pretty well. So that's the pretty basic and simple way to get 3 cameras into your Mac in this case via some automatic hardware device.
Siap dah, tapi dia
It works really well.
bos tengok tu,
Like
dia
I said, I changed
congestion
the
juga
camera around a little bit
Congestion?
because
Ah.
sometimes with certain HDMI cables, it can be a bit
Bandwidth
flaky, so that's
dead.
why it's always good just to test
Telco lah.
before you go out and do the
Depend
job
on
with it.
Wi-Fi sini
But
mah.
that's a simple way of
Wi-Fi
getting
kat sini.
cameras into the computer. And these devices
So better
themselves,
pakai
they're all
kabel lah
called
gitu.
amounts.
Hmm.
I'll let you just
Kabel.
look below
It depend
the
ni.
description.
Dia sini tak berapa
Look
baik
to
ni.
the
Dia
Blacklight
punya
site, and you can see roughly
punya
what it'll
signal
cost.
saya tak berapa baik.
And
Apa
you
power
can
sini?
cheaper
Telco apa?
at a local
Sini.
supplier
Nesis.
or something like that. But yeah, that's a
So
pretty
for
basic
premium
setup. A way to get 3 cameras in. You could instead of
But still,
connecting
ni,
the camera,
you must still consider one of the
I often connect a presenting
things that
laptop to the
are
shuttle
best here
instead,
is that
and I'll bring in the